So if you guys don't know who Joey Keely is, he's a very strong young guy, 18 years old, already posting up a bunch of really great lifts for his age, for really any age. Anyway, he posted a video today, asked me, did I beat your one-arm Zercher deadlift? My best is 325. And so he posted up a video of him doing 335, and then I believe he tried 365, but instead of just using one arm, he set up like a one-arm Zercher deadlift. But as you can see in the video, he's using his other arm to hold that arm closed, basically, in doing it. And he asked me if I thought that counted, and the short answer is no. So, Joey, this is going to be a critical video. But honestly, it's criticism that I'm thrilled to give you because, like, well, yes, I think this may not have been, like, the best idea. It's not a good idea in a really good way. Like, I want everyone to watch my videos and say, hey, I want to try that. I want people to watch my videos and say, hey, I want to beat this guy. Honestly, if I'm accomplishing what I want to with this channel, then I'm going to get beaten on every lift I do. Like, I'm not going to have any pet lifts that I'm the best at. So, like, really glad to see people out there trying to beat me, and especially someone your age, not just saying, oh, wow, look at this guy, but you're saying, nah, I'm going to go try to beat him. That's awesome. So you've got the spirit. You've already obviously got a lot of physical strength, and you've absolutely got the spirit you need. So you're going to go far. So honestly, I'm actually happy to have to, make this, give you this criticism, because ultimately it's coming from a good place. And, anything you do that may possibly not be the best idea, okay, we can work with that, because you have the spirit that it's going to take to become a great lifter. And, well, you're already a very good lifter, and I'm sure, going to do really great things in the upcoming years. So, it's a good thing that I'm making this video. It's not bad. But yeah, so does it count? Well, this isn't a competitive lift in any kind of competition. USAWA has a one-arm Zercher, but it's more like a full Zercher cycle where you deadlift it up and then do a one-arm Zercher squat, basically. So yeah, holding on with the other arm would not count for that. But as far as this lift, there's no rules for it. But yeah, I don't think it counts. Obviously, it's it's not really in the spirit of the lift. But you have to think about it like this: there's a reason. There's actually a purpose to doing a one-arm Zercher deadlift. It's the best way to get the benefits of Zerchers for the upper and middle back, because you're really overloading that one side of your back. With this lift, it's probably the best way to get that benefit. And then it's also really good training for your arms, just to be able to withstand, heavy loads. It's kind of a heavy overload conditioning thing for them. And I really do credit this lift with why I've been able to rep out on Zercher squats so well recently. It, I think, helped to condition my arms and back to allow me to just do as much as my legs can take. So obviously, if you're using your other arm to assist in doing this movement, are you necessarily getting the same benefits that you would be if you just did the movement with a weight that you were actually capable of doing? Probably not. And honestly, I'm not even sure it's safe, because whereas I'm of the opinion that most likely, especially if you're a natural lifter, if you're not capable of lifting a weight, your arm's just not going to stay straight. Your arm's just going to bend, and the weight will drop harmlessly, or more likely your body will just refuse to lift it, and it's going to stay on the ground, right? Using your second arm that's not really involved in the lift to keep that arm closed, I mean, you might be able to apply pressure that you really shouldn't be applying and injure something. It kind of looks to me like really a certain type of arm bar from judo. So I would definitely not advise it. It definitely seems like a way you could get injured. But I want to kind of get back to my first point, really. As much as it's good to have that competitive spirit and want to, be the best and beat people, in the long run, you really do have to lift for what's beneficial to you and make sure that everything you're doing is good for your own training, because you're 18, man. Like, by the time you're my age in your 30s, or even 25, you'll have done really impressive things. So like, it doesn't really matter what you do when you're 18. You've got a long career ahead of you, and if you make smart decisions, you're going to go really, really far. So make sure whatever you're doing is just getting you the best training that you can. Don't worry about whether it's beating anybody else. I'll give you a little anecdote. As I'm sure you know, I've been training the Arthur lift a lot. It's one of my little pet lifts. And at one point, I got the idea that I was going to hit 300 pounds. That would have been just above the USAWA record, which was 297 at that time. And so 300 pounds would have been the highest weight that anyone had ever hit since Arthur Saxon himself. And it would also be a 1.5 times body weight ground overhead for me at the time. So it was a really cool milestone that I had set for myself. And then absolutely out of nowhere, literally 2 days before I had planned to hit 300 on the full Arthur lift, out of nowhere, Eric Bugenhagen just hits 305. Like, never seen him do the lift before. And then just suddenly out of nowhere, 305, right? 2 days before I was going to hit 300. How does this happen, right? He does low-key follow me on Instagram, so maybe that's where he got the idea from. But anyway, did I interrupt my programming and try to hit 305 on that day too and tie him, or even beat him? No, I didn't. I stuck with the 300 that I had planned because I was confident that I would hit it, and hit it I did. I got my 300 pounds lift. I got my 1.5 times body weight ground overhead. I got the milestone that I needed. I lifted the weight I was confident in lifting that day. And then later, when I was ready, I came back, tied him at 305. And then when I was ready, came back, tied him at 310. And eventually, by doing what I needed to do to progress the lift at the speed I needed to progress it at, I eventually ended up taking the clean to the shoulders portion, and now I have all the Arthur lift records. Although I should note that a very strong dude whose name I can't pronounce, but his first name is Lucien, from Europe, has also done roughly, depending on how you convert kilos, general vicinity of 310 as well on the full Arthur lift. So I would say we share that. Anyway, point being, like, you're in this for the long haul. If you want to be as good as you can be, don't try to break anyone's record. Just try to increase your own lifts at the pace that you need to get the most out of your training. That being said, like I said earlier, man, I love the spirit. I love the competitiveness. I love that you're not afraid to challenge, whoever. You're not like being some kind of a fanboy and like, look, like some of these people do with YouTube channels or whatever. You're out there to beat me, and I want you to beat me. Honestly, like I say, if this channel is actually doing anything positive, then there will be a bunch of people beating me at a bunch of things, and that's just the reality of it, because ultimately, I'm not particularly special. I just do some cool lifts, and if I make them as popular as they need to be, it's going to end up being some people out there that are stronger than me that are going to beat me at all of it, and I'm good with that. I want to see that, because ultimately, then I benefited a lot of people, and that's a lot more important than me lifting a particular thing. So anyway, I hope on the whole, Joey, that like you take mostly positivity from this. I mean, there's so many kids out there that are just like, not doing anything to better themselves and don't have the spirit and are weak or defeatist, and you're strong, you've got strong spirit. I mean, any judgment issues are just, we can fix that. I mean, I love having to give you this particular criticism, because it means that you're going to go far, and all you need is a little bit of polish. So keep up what you're doing. I'm still following you to see what you can accomplish, and I'm sure in a couple of years we'll be seeing some incredible things from you. That being said, yeah, it's not going to be that easy. I just haven't done the one-arm Zercher deadlift in a long time. I've been focused on other stuff. I may give myself a break from some of the more serious stuff here soon, and at that time I'm going to drive the weight up a little bit higher, so you're going to have to work a lot harder than that to actually take the record from me. And yeah, you're going to have to do it right. With only one arm. You can use the other arm to brace in your leg, but only one arm can lift. All right. Hope this helped. more than just Joey. Hope this kind of had some kind of value for other people. Thanks for watching.